Example number 4 from the problem set 1, that is coordinate of a point P on a number line is -7. Find the coordinates of points on the number line which are at a distance of 8 units from point P. We have given a point P. The coordinate of the point P is -7, and see, here we draw a number line. On that number line we take a point P whose coordinate is -7, that is the given information. And now we have to find the coordinates of points on the number line which are at a distance of 8 units from the point P. So we have maximum 2 points, one point on the right side and one point at the left side. We have maximum 2 points. One is at the right side of the given point and one is at the left side of the given point. So here we have given a point P whose coordinate is -7. This distance is given 8 units. This distance between these 2 points is given 8 units, and this distance is also 8 units, that is the given information. And here we have to find the coordinate of this point and coordinate of this point. Now we can represent this point as Q, we can represent this point as R. We have to find the coordinates of the point Q and point R. Here we consider that the coordinate of the point Q is X, and here we consider that the coordinate of the point R is Y. So here we have to find the values of X and Y. Here we have to find the values of X and Y, that is X is the coordinate of the point Q which is at a distance of 8 units from the point P, and point R which is at the distance 8 units from the point P. This point R is at the left side of the point P and point Q is at the right side of the point P. So here this distance PQ is given 8 units, here distance PR is given 8 units. So using that distance we will get the coordinates of the point Q and R, that is the values of X and Y. So here we have the information which we have available, that is coordinate of the point P is -7, coordinate of the point Q we considered it as X, and coordinate of the point R we consider it as Y. Now here we have to find the values of X and Y. So we know that the distance PQ is 8 units. So here we can write distance PQ. Distance PQ is equal to, how we can find the distance PQ? We have a formula to find the distance between PQ, and that formula is bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. Here we have the coordinates -7 and X. Since X is at the right side, X is greater and -7 is smaller. So here we can subtract the smaller coordinate from the bigger coordinate, that is X minus -7. And now we can simplify this. Here distance PQ is given 8 units. So we write 8 here. It is equal to X minus into minus is plus 7. Now transfer this 7 to the left side. We will get X is equal to 8 minus 7. If we transfer this 7 to the LHS, that will become 8 minus 7. And now we have X is equal to 1. That is the coordinate of the point Q, which is at the distance 8 units from the point P, whose coordinate is -7. So this is the answer of the first question. This is the coordinate of the point Q, that is 1. And now we have to find the coordinate of the point R, and that coordinate we considered as Y, and we have to find the value of Y. Since again we have given the distance PR, that is 8 units. So we will write here distance PR is equal to, we know the formula for find is equal to, bigger coordinate is -7 minus smaller coordinate is Y. Here distance PR is given 8 units. So we will write 8 here. It is equal to -7 minus Y. Now we have to find the value of Y. Since we will transfer this minus Y to the left side, it will become plus Y. It is equal to, this -7 remains as it is. Now we will transfer this 8 to the right side and it will become -8. So here we have Y is equals to -15. So this is the coordinate of the point R. Now here we find both the coordinates of the point Q and point R. So we can write the answer. The coordinates of the points which are at a distance of 8 units from the point P are 1 and the minus 15. So we can write here coordinates of the points on the number line which are at a distance of 8 units from point P, from the point P are 1 and minus 15 respectively. 1 and minus 15 respectively. So this is all about the example number 4. Now we will take the next example, that is example number 5 from the problem set 1. Example number 5 from the problem set 1. The question is, answer the following questions. We have two sub questions here. First one is, if B is in between A and C and distance AC is equal to 17, distance BC is equal to 6.5, then distance AB is equal to question mark. That distance we have to find. So here first we will draw the diagram, or just we can write this relation. Whatever the given information is there, we will write there. That is, distance AC is given 17 units, distance BC is given 6.5, and the relation of between AC is B is in between A and C. It means that we can write AB plus BC is equal to AC. So here we can write distance AC is equal to distance AB plus distance BC, and the reason behind it is B is in between A and C. Using this relation of betweenness, we can write distance AC plus distance AB is equal to distance BC. So here we have to put the values. Distance AC is given 17, distance AB we have to find, so we will write distance AB as it is, plus distance BC is given 6.5. Now transfer this 6.5 to the left side and we will get distance AB, that is 17 minus 6.5 is equal to distance AB. And now we have to take the subtraction. 17 minus 6.5, that is 10.5. So here we will write distance AB is equals to 10.5 units. This is the answer of the first example from the question number 5. Now we have second example, that is Q is in between P and R. Distance PQ is given 3.4, distance QR is given 5.7, and we have to find the distance PR. So first of all we will write the information which we have available there. It is given that distance PQ is 3.4. It is also given that distance QR is 5.7, and we have to find the distance PR. So here the relation of between this is Q is in between P and R. So we can write PQ plus QR is equal to PR. We will write here distance PR is equal to distance PQ plus distance QR. Distance PQ plus distance QR. Now here we have to put the values. Distance PR that we have to find, so we will put it as it is. Distance PR, it is equal to distance PQ is given 3.4 plus distance QR is given 5.7. Now we have to take the addition of the two decimal fractions, that is distance PR is equal to 7 plus 4 11, 1 carried, This decimal sign we have to put as it is. This is 5 plus 3, 8 and carried 1, that is 9. So we have distance PR is equal to 9.1 units. So this is all about the question number 5. Now we will take the question number 6 from the problem set 1. Example number 6 from the problem set 1, which is same as that of the example number 4. The same question we studied, that is example number 4 from this problem set, and this is 6th one. Coordinate of a point A on number line is given 1. What are the coordinates of points on the number line which are at a distance of 7 units from A? We have given a point A that is on the number line. The coordinate of that point is 1. And we have to find the coordinates of the points which are at a distance of 7 units from the point A. Here we can get maximum 2 points. One is at the right side and one is at the left side of the given point. And see, this distance is given 7 units. Distance AB is given 7 units. Here distance AC is also given 7 units. We consider that the coordinate of the point is x and coordinate of the point C is y. So here we have to find the values of x and y. The information which we have available, that is coordinate of the point A is 1, coordinate of the point B, that is x, and coordinate of the point C, that is y. We have given that distance AB is 7 units and distance AC is also 7 units. So here first we will find the value of x, considering that the distance AB is 7 units. So here we can write distance AB is equal to, how to find the distance between the 2 points if we know the coordinates, that is bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. Bigger coordinate is x and the smaller coordinate is 1, so x minus 1. Now distance AB is given 7 units, so 7 is equal to x minus 1. We will transfer this minus 1 to the left side, we will get 7 plus 1, that is equal to x. So we have x is equal to 8, that is the coordinate of the point B, and it is 8. Coordinate of the point B, that is value of x is 8. Now we have to get the value of y, that is distance AC is given 7 units. So you can write here distance AC is equal to, bigger coordinate is 1 and smaller coordinate is y. Here we can write distance AC is equal to 1 minus y. Now distance AC is given 7 units, that is equal to 1 minus y. Now since we have to find the value of y, we will transfer minus y to the right side, it will become 7 plus y is equal to 1, and now we will get y is equal to 1 minus 7, that is y is equal to minus 6. The coordinate of the point C is minus 6. So here we get the coordinates of both the points. So we can write the answer into the words coordinates of the points. Coordinates of points on the number line. Coordinates of the points on the number line which are at a distance, of 7 units, which are at a distance of 7 units from the point A, are 8 and minus 6 respectively. 8 and minus 6 respectively. So this is all about the example number 6. Now we will study the next question, that is example number 7. Example number 7 from the problem set 1. The question is, write the following statements in conditional form. The first statement is, every rhombus is a square. And this is a simple statement. We have to convert it into the conditional form, that is into the if-then form. Now here, if we get the meaning of this statement, every rhombus is a square. Every rhombus is a square. Actually, we will get that it is false statement. How it is possible that every rhombus is a square? Square should be a rhombus. square should be a rhombus, but every rhombus is not should be a square. So while writing the conditional statement at that time, we have to write like this: if a quadrilateral is a square, if a quadrilateral is a square, if a quadrilateral is a square, then it is a rhombus, then it is a rhombus. That is the first statement which we have given. Every rhombus is a square, and we convert it into the conditional form, that is if then form. If a quadrilateral is a square, then it is a rhombus. We have second statement, that is angles in linear pair are supplementary. I already told you, when we have a diagram or when we have a figure, here angles in linear pair are supplementary. When two angles are said to be supplementary, if they are the angles in linear pair. So here we can write the answer such that if the angles are in linear pair, if the angles are in a linear pair, if the angles are in a linear pair, then they are supplementary, then they are supplementary. That is the second simple statement which we convert into the conditional statement, which we write into the if then form. Now we have third statement, that is a triangle is a figure formed by three segments. Triangle is a figure formed by three segments, and here suppose we write that if a figure is formed by three segments, then it is triangle, then it will become false, because we don't know how they are getting intersect each other, three segments. So here how we have to write the answer: if a figure is formed by three segments, if a figure is formed by three segments, I already told you that should be, we will getting the false statement. If three segments are intersecting each other, we don't know how they are intersecting each other. So we cannot say that if three segments are intersecting each other, then the figure formed is triangle, but we can say that if a figure is triangle, if a figure is of triangle, then it is formed by three segments. So here we can write if a figure is of triangle, if a figure is of triangle, then it is formed by three segments, then it is formed by three segments. So this is the answer of the third example. We have given a simple statement that a triangle is a figure formed by three segments, and we convert it into the if then form, that is if a figure is of triangle, then it is formed by three segments. Suppose you write that if a figure is formed by three segments, then we are unable to say that it is triangle, because we don't know how they are getting intersect each other. Three segments, how they are getting intersect each other, that we didn't know. So that should be the false statement. So here the correct answer is if a figure is of triangle, then it is formed by three segments. Now we have the last statement, that is a number having only two divisors is called a prime number. The number having only two divisors is called as prime number. We know that when a number is prime, if it has two divisors. So here we can write if a number has only two divisors, if a number has only two divisors, if a number has only two divisors, then it is prime, then it is called as prime number, or you can write only it is prime. So this is all about the question number 7, in which we have given the four simple statements for converting it into the conditional form, and we convert all the 4 statements into the conditional form. Now we will take the next question, that is question number 8, and the remaining questions into the next video lecture. Thank you.